paper should do its job. And doing that job, writing about topics, you're here to learn about it. But no, today we are having easy explainers. They are becoming competition success reviews. That's not the area. So there are so many things which made for the fodder with which your thought processes worked, and you could go competently sit there, not only write the exam, but also face the interviews. Today everything is so tailor-made. And never mind, you still qualify and come, but post that is where the challenge of learning is, according to me. You've gotten into the service, what are you learning there? And today I'm so happy that Government of India, Prime Minister Modi sat through the session to create that Mission Karma Yogi. One of the best things which has happened to Indian bureaucracy. And through that Mission Karma Yogi, today you're able to get information about your service, about how it has to be improved, how technology is being brought in and so on. And there are online training sessions which every bureaucrat is made to take. You can take it at your pace, you can take it while driving back from home to work or work to home. And therefore these kind of enablers for bureaucrats are also being put in place. I think these will help your career to be built up. And above all, one thing which I tell the revenue service people who come under my ministry is, what are we doing with taxpayers? Earlier they used to come sit with the assessing officer, file, they bring the chartered accountant and make their explanations and so on. Today it's all faceless. It's all, you can fill your own forms. You don't even need a chartered accountant up to a certain level of income because you can self-authorize it. So technology has come in the place of the assessing officer, but he's there still, he's doing his job. So when technology comes in place, what is that information I need to get from the assessee? I can always bring in an Infosys or a Wipro or a TCS and say, get me a system done, this should be used by the taxpayer. But when that happens, actually a revenue official's requirement doesn't get met. Technology builds that system, somebody files it in, and assessee is all right. No, the assessee says, hey, but you're asking me this question later. There's no column there, there's no drop down which I can use to enter my data. So other than being an IRS officer, you need to have knowledge of not just the revenue requirements as per Income Tax Act or GST Act. You should know how software has to get you the information that you need from the taxpayer. You will have to design it for them. They'll do the technical bit. So you are there not as just a revenue officer to say, I'm here to collect tax. You also should know what are the instruments through which you will have to collect the tax. And once the data comes, and again all of us talk, right? At one point in time it was the oil which was the big thing. Now it's the data which is the big thing. You have mountains of data which gets collected. But how do you use that data? And I must credit the current generation of young IRS are doing brilliantly well. They're using IoT. They're using all kinds of techniques to see where the evasion happens. He will say this person is evading this much. Or he's whitewashed money here, he's bringing in money which is getting laundered. The story just opens up. It's like magic. It just so is impressive. It's like a web, spider's web. You touch one fellow, it automatically takes you to 50 others. You should be able to play around with these technology which is available for you. So qualifying is just the first step. You have so many ways in which you can stand out in your service as different from the other because you're doing so much more self-learning. You're using technology. You're able to bring the team to do meaningful work. So I won't take more time, but I think this is the first threshold in your career. And after that, how you fit yourself in. I'll give you one final example. Finance Ministry it is which coordinates for the states to get funds from the multilateral institutions all over the world, World Banks, ADBs of the world. But we don't do it all for ourselves. It depends on the state. One state would want one particular project, another would want a completely different one, but all of them will want funds from abroad. They come with a proposal, but is it tailored to meet the requirements of, let's say, World Bank, or let's say ADB, or let's say JICA? No, most of them do not have the capacities for creating a globally acceptable format. But some states have it, and have it so well entrenched into their system that when an application comes from some states, it is so easy to pass through, and it goes to the board, and it's very easy for us to go defend it there and get that money within a short time. But it's not the fault of another state which doesn't have that kind of an official. So if their officers are not so well endowed, that state lags behind. Money is available for everybody. But the states who are more efficient in this are able to quickly process their whole system, and the state benefits out of it. Periodically, there are times when I sit and say, hey, hasn't this state got more than proportionate quantum for themselves at the cost of somebody else? It is made or unmade by the officers who are sitting there. So you serve the cause of your state better if you're very well trained, equipped, talk to your batchmates, talk to your somebody, and understand how you have to project your state's projects and needs. So there is so much depending on you. But just because there's so much depending on you, please don't compromise on values. Indian bureaucracy should not be the cause for India's once upon a time it was looked at as, oh, most corrupt place. I'm not saying entirely due to bureaucracy, but most corrupt place was the impression. I think at least the political executive has made conscious effort to get out of that image. And I can for sure say under Prime Minister Modi, corruption is the one big thing which has been just kept far away, miles away, doesn't come anywhere close to the administration. If the political executive has achieved that, I would want the bureaucracy, the executive, to show that they are capable of doing it, and young officers are the ones who should stand out to say, I'm here to serve, and I will serve with just what I get, and you're, with due respects, you're paid very well. So thank you for giving me this opportunity, and all the very best to all of you.